Thursday, NBC aired another live production train wreck. Okay, now if you're not aware, last year, NBC decided to do, hey, why don't we do a holiday special, because there hasn't been a live play on NBC in over 50 years. So they thought, let's take a show that the whole family would love, The Sound of Music, and place country star Carrie Underwood as the star of Maria von Trapp. Well, they didn't exactly say it like that. They actually asked Julie Andrews to help giving suggestions who they could hire for the part, because after all, she played Maria von Trapp in the Sound of Music movie, and it was a phenomenon, and she's been credited to play the only good Maria von Trapp on film. So, NBC auditions over 50 actresses for Maria von Trapp, and I'm pretty sure all the other 50 may not have had star power like Carrie Underwood does, but at least they could have been better than Carrie Underwood. Well, Carrie Underwood was so terrible as Maria von Trapp that people not only hate-watched The Sound of Music, but they criticized some of the younger actors and actresses, and these are ones who are going to acting school at Juilliard, so Sound of Music was really putting their reputation on the line. And some of the actors and actresses were like 17, 18, some were younger, and of course the one who plays Gretchen is like 7 years old, but she has to play a 5-year-old girl. But point being, The Sound of Music was terrible. The sets were terrible. The cast was awful. It was completely miscasted, the whole fucking thing. And so NBC said, hey, we have a bright idea. Let's make another musical. So far, one train wreck. And the second one was on Thursday night with Peter Pan Live. And who did they cast as Peter Pan? Allison Williams. And if you think, Williams, that name sounds familiar. Oh yeah, she really didn't audition for the part. This is probably how things went out. They went to Brian Williams. Is your daughter an actress? Well, yes, she is. We're doing Peter Pan Live. She gets the lead role. It probably went down like that. There were no auditions. It was a completely biased pick, really, because since her father's an anchor at NBC News, so they have to pick his daughter to play Peter Pan. She sings very well. I will give Allison Williams that. She sings very well. She was the only one with energy, though, for the whole show. But that's not what's wrong with Peter Pan Live. That's not why it failed. NBC executives, since their snarky asses are disappointed in the low ratings, why they shouldn't be, in all honesty, they want to blame Allison Williams for the low ratings. Get off your snooty, snarky asses and realize it was your own fucking fault for talking about from the people who brought you Sound of Music Live. You shouldn't have put Sound of Music Live in the fucking trailer. That's why the ratings went down. Because people were like, oh yeah, this is going to be another train wreck. And there are more and far things wrong with Peter Pan Live. Now, as a Broadway fan, of different types of genres, you could just tell when they cast the wrong people. Now, what was their first mistake? Several. One.
Hello, Jane. Come on. Sit down.
One. Christopher Walken. There's no way in hell
How are you there?
that he's good
How are
at
you?
anything besides acting. They casted him in Hairspray hoping that he'd get people to the movies to see it, because Sony has been on a slump lately, like 20th Century Fox was in the 70s. So they thought, oh, let's cast Christopher Walken in Hairspray. What could go wrong? A lot of things. It was more of a hit with the DVD release. What attracted people to the movie theaters? John Travolta, so people could see him playing a woman. That's what attracted people to the movies, to see Hairspray. But, in all honesty though, they changed the story around for Peter Pan. Christopher Walken played a terrible Captain Hook. Someone posted on Twitter, and I quote, "Captain Hook is doing a terrible Christopher Walken impersonation." And let's see, the Lost Boys, the outfits they were wearing. And a lot of people were criticizing about their outfits on Twitter. Someone said, the Lost Boys outfits look like they have a J. Crew in Neverland. And they showed a picture representing their point, and it makes sense. The fourth thing wrong with Peter Pan Live, one,
Wendy.
if you, a fourth thing, that's not the first thing, a fourth thing, if you read the book, if you've seen Kathy Rigby perform live, or if you've seen the DVD version, or if you've seen any version of Peter Pan, Hook, etc., you know it does not take place during Christmas. That was one of the major problems for a lot of theater enthusiasts, the setting. See, when you put on a Broadway play, off-Broadway, on-Broadway, and if you revive a play, you don't change the story out. You don't change the story around. For example, it's like putting Phantom of the Opera, and you obviously know by the title, Phantom of the Opera, it takes place in an opera house. That's like taking Phantom of the Opera and saying it in a Radio Shack. That's what Peter Pan Live is like.
Oh, shit.
So, NBC executives, if you want to blame Allison Williams because of the low ratings, get off your asses and blame yourselves for mentioning The Sound of Music. See ya.